Welcome to What's Your Skroove, where we tell stories, share experiences, and get inside the minds of artists, athletes, creators, and musicians. All right, everybody, welcome to episode 15 of What's Your Skroove. We're here in Saginaw, Michigan with our buddy Taylor Nagel, creator, owner, founder of Top Shelf Designs. We're in his...
Top Shelf Signs.
Top Shelf
Top
Signs.
Shelf Signs.
Signs, designs, the word
Science.
science, magnets, like we just were talking about. Oh, and this is his awesome studio. It's actually really cool. Maybe we'll get a whole shot of everything. But thanks for having us. Thanks for inviting us
Thanks
out.
for coming.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yes, we're excited. We met Taylor a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, through
We
Nick
were-
Seuss.
Yes.
Yeah. I was getting a haircut.
I was getting a haircut. Nick Seuss was guest on episode 3 or 4.
3. Yeah.
So now we have
I'm
Taylor.
gonna have to watch that.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
it was good. We did it in
Yeah,
the
I
shop.
Yeah.
In his,
the barn.
Oh, you know
garage.
what? Maybe I didn't see that. I saw something at Jenny's, like
Oh,
in the back room.
yeah.
haircut.
We do it. We've had a few backroom haircutting videos released, but yeah, Taylor puts out some awesome stuff, and let's just get into it. How did you get started in? Where's the artistic inspiration? Take us through your story.
Well, when I was younger, my mom was a painter.
Okay.
Always into crafts and stuff. So I was always dabbling, crayons and all that jazz.
Eating crayons.
Yeah.
I was eating a lot of crayons, getting a lot of creativity.
Paint chips.
No, my dad owns a concession business and grew up at the fair, carnival and stuff like that. And I grew up watching sign painters, up and down the Midway. Painting rides and elephant ear trailers and stuff like that.
Were you like, that's what I want to do one day, or what?
Not at first. Like, honestly, I would watch them and they'd have like a cigarette hanging out of their mouth and like all, and I was like terrified, you know. But like just watching them like pull the lines and stuff, like it was super calming, especially when you have people screaming around,
Chaos.
metal cages banging around, people puking. Yeah. Then my dad, like vinyl came in, crushed sign painting for like a lot of years, and then my dad hired a painter to come in and do his sausage trailer, and I walked in the barn and I was like, bam. I was going to Delta at the time.
How old were you?
I was probably like 21.
And how old are you now?
22, 28.
Excellent.
7 years ago.
So you saw that and you said, I can do that, or I want to do that.
I want to do that.
Right.
Because I kind of knew, like, it sounds terrible, but I knew, like, he was getting paid well.
Right.
And I wanted to do something where I was going to be able to make a living, you know? Not just, like, I wanted to go for, like, graphic design and stuff, and I just realized, like, man, I need to be, like, using my hands and cutting shit out and stuff like that.
So
I like to craft things.
before you started doing the signs, like what was your creative outlet? How were you, because if you were a creative type, what were you doing to fulfill yourself in
Music.
that? Music.
Yeah, when I was 12 years old, started a band called Forgot My Name with my buddy Aaron, which he's actually in Nashville now playing. Well, he's on tour right now. He's actually going to be playing at Willie Nelson's ranch here soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
This kid is like awesome at drums, and he just like took off with it. So
Really?
and I was more like into art, drawing and stuff like that, and I was definitely not a great singer or like guitarist. So I was like, I'm gonna stick with what I'm good at. So
Sure.
yeah.
And then you did tattoos also, correct?
Yep.
So how did that get started?
My buddy Angelo, which you guys know,
He did a Skroove tattoo on 2 of our brand ambassadors,
one
Cole
too.
and
You
Sting.
got
Yeah.
one too?
How many are there out
Damn.
on the wild now?
There's 9.
There's
11 counting
us. There's 11
9
Skroove
people with their
tattoos.
logo on them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
epic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
Angelo
no top
pumped out
shelf
2 of those.
sign.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
I know.
Damn it.
Yeah, we're taking applications for that.
Yeah. Started
ta-
talking to Angelo, and he actually got like this briefcase painted by me, and I started talking to him, and then I did Voodoo signage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I realized, like, man, I've always wanted a tattoo, and it'd be a good way to like make money and
Right.
still be in the field while trying to get towards this. And I talked to Angelo and talked to Justin, the owner of Voodoo, and checked out my work, and they were like, yeah, come on in. I did like 3 months of apprenticeship, and I was tattooing with that time.
Were you
What's
still
that
go-
look? Yeah, go ahead.
Were you still going to school at this time?
No.
So
I
you
took
start-
art classes, and then once I was done with drawing, painting, and design, I was like, I gotta go. I can't do like this other stuff.
So, like 22, you started tattooing?
No, actually that was only like a couple of years ago.
Oh, was it?
So I mean, I was in the band, playing shows and stuff, and then I went back to work with my dad for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I went to tattooing.
Really?
Which
Hey, I want to
was
take a
in
quick intermission. I'm going to
2014,
adjust some mics real quick.
Bingo. All right, we're back.
All right, yeah, we're back.
Fixed. So you start tattooing 3-month apprenticeship. What is that like? How do you like learn
Yeah.
to tattoo on people?
Oh man, you actually tattoo yourself first.
Okay.
So you tattoo your legs, your feet.
Really? How is that?
It's pretty wild because you're trying to focus like on the actual art of it
Yeah.
while torturing yourself.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun though.
Did you have tattoos before you started working there?
Yeah, I got my first tattoo when I was 16.
Did you?
And then my buddy was scratching out of an apartment in high school, and I actually got like quite a bit of stuff done by him, which it's all fixed up now. But yeah, I was always super into tattoos. I just, one of those things like you always wanted to do, but never had you never had the door to walk through. So, and I finally saw that and took it.
What was the first tattoo you gave yourself?
First tattoo, Hatchet Man.
What's Hatchet Man?
ICP's.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I have a huge Hatchet Man.
yeah.
Right here.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Guilty pleasure. Growing up at the fair, like as a kid, I didn't know any better.
Right.
And I'm a secret juggalo.
How does it look?
I love it.
How does it look? Your first tattoo? Is it good?
Not bad.
Not bad?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
I'll
yeah,
show it.
Yeah, let's see it. Get this on camera.
Yeah. This is.
Perfect.
You heard it here first,
Podcast
folks.
first.
Yep.
Watch the video if you're listening to the audio.
Yeah, it's on this side.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
that isn't
yeah,
bad. A
that's
lot of
solid.
shading,
And
a lot
there's
of
color.
red color to it, man.
Yeah, that was terrible. It took like 3 hours to do that.
Oh, my
red.
God.
And then this was the
Goonies.
first one. Yeah, this was the first one at Voodoo.
Hey, you guys.
And I actually just made a sign like that.
Really?
Did you?
Yeah.
For them?
No, I sold it to a guy in Florida.
Did you
Really?
really?
Yeah, tattoo artist.
That's so. You said you're doing that on yourself. How do you still put like do you freehand that or did you put the trace down?
No,
or
yeah,
everything?
you gotta have a stencil.
Really?
Like freehand tattoos, that's very rare to come by.
Really?
Yeah, because you're putting it on someone for life, so it's
So-
got to be. It's got to be exact.
It took you 3 hours though. Did you do it in one session?
The Hatchet
Yeah.
Man. Oh, the outlining took like maybe an hour and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which should probably take like 15 minutes. And then later on, I went into the color.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah.
See, we've had people say they wanted like, oh, I'll get a Skroove lip tattoo. Can you debunk something for us? What's the truth on that? We've heard that like lasts like a month or a week or is that true or what?
Yeah, it doesn't last very long. It definitely lasts longer than a month. It can last up to like a year, depending on the person. But I mean, you're eating like
It
there's
to be
so much movement.
painful.
It actually doesn't hurt.
Really?
I don't have one personally, but everyone that I've ever talked to, or like I did like 3 of them at Voodoo, and everyone was like, I barely felt that.
What's like the worst spot that they say to get a tattoo?
Again, that depends on the person, but me
I
personally,
feel like that would have been awful.
That actually wasn't too bad.
No?
The side,
Oh,
like
yeah.
your ribs, yeah, that's wretched. Very.
Is it
terrible.
hard to tattoo the lip?
Yeah. It sucks because like you're trying to hold it.
Yeah.
You got to stretch the skin, but it's like wet, so
Yeah.
like
That would be
it's
weird.
slipping and yeah. And then the
Wow.
ink gets all like in their teeth and
What about your feet? Isn't it like if you went on the bottom of your foot, doesn't that come off too, or is that not true?
yeah, your palms, the bottom of your feet, where you're
Friction points.
yeah, using grabbing a lot of stuff like it just and you produce new skin on your hands.
Right.
So rubs right off.
So you're tattooing at Voodoo Tattoo in Bay City.
But you guys got to check out, by the way, because
Yeah.
it's an old church, right?
Yes.
It's like a beautiful like there's like stained glass.
I
Last time I was there,
believe-
at least.
I believe it was built in the 1800s.
Oh,
It's a
Wow.
gorgeous.
And
building.
yeah, they turned this thing into something really awesome. The floors are all original.
That's cool.
The stained glass is like insane. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, it is a very cool venue.
Had a lot of people come in like right when they first opened because that's like right when I first started my apprenticeship, and a lot of like older people came in, real pissed off.
I thought it was a church.
I used to go here.
Oh,
How
really?
could you do
Oh.
this? And then like
They're
they
just
see,
complaining.
like, but Voodoo, like Shannon and Justin, they have a lot of artifacts in there like that were
That's
in there
cool.
before.
Kept some of the
yeah,
yeah,
a lot of it.
That's
So
Do you do maybe I saw this on a tattoo show. Like animal skin, you tattoo on that to learn too?
Some people do pig skin.
Pig skin?
Yeah.
Did you do that?
I did not. I was told to go down to like Jack's.
The butchers?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Go down to Jack's and see if they have like some, some ears or pig feet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That I'd rather give myself a tattoo.
So you just
so
learned
cool.
on yourself and just doing it on
Pretty
regular
much.
people?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is
And
cool.
I was already into painting for probably like 3 years
Mhm.
before I started tattooing, and painting is like you have to build up your steady.
Dude, I've
hand
seen
like crazy, like-
your videos on your Instagram
Yeah.
of you doing that. It's ridiculous, the lines, how you draw those.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that
It's
stuff,
pretty.
man.
It's fun.
Do
It's
you-
really relaxing.
Do you
I
not
mean,
drink coffee before or what?
I actually, I was painting right before you guys got here, and I had a couple Red Bulls.
Oh
Did you
my
really?
god. Yeah.
So there's like a technique to it, 'cause- right? Like I see you hold your hand like
Yeah. A lot of people use a maul stick, and it's just like pretty much like a stick like this, and you put this hand on it, and then you move both hands.
Oh.
So,
Mm.
But
That's
the guy I
interesting.
learned from, just used his hand.
Really?
So I mean, I never had the chance to use a maul stick, so I just kept going like that.
So, you're using a smaller paintbrush? Is that what you're doing? Versus using like a maul stick or what?
Well, the maul stick is just to like keep your hand
To
steady.
guide.
Oh,
just to
gotcha.
guide
Like a
it.
gotcha.
steady cam.
Oh, gotcha,
effect.
gotcha.
I
I
would
use a
think.
whole bunch of different types of paintbrushes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you said the guy who taught you, did you do like sort of a apprenticeship for that, or who mentor? How did that work out?
Well, after seeing him in my dad's garage, I emailed him and I was like, "Hey, man, super interested in what you're doing. Can I come down and you could show me, some tips?" And for $150, I went down for like 8 hours. We shot the shit, and he just showed me like brushes and techniques and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I don't know exactly how long after, but he took me down to Florida, and we painted on carnival trailers for like 2 months.
Okay.
And I actually grew up seeing the art of it's a concession business called the Netterfields.
Okay.
They're from Florida. So I grew up like admiring all their stuff, and we went down and painted on their stuff. So it was like, that was like my first like, holy shit, this
That
is
is so
like
cool.
this is like a reality.
That's awesome.
That's kind of weird.
It's coming together.
Ironic how it came full circle like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Super
that-
crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of bouncing all over the place here, but I want to jump back to something that you said earlier. Like, this is kind of, I didn't think about this till you said it, but a lost art because people just do vinyls and wraps and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's super cool that you do this and that it still exists,
Yeah, it's actually it's starting to surface again. Like in the 80s, I think it was like 83 or 84, they came out with the first vinyl machine, and it pretty much put like all the littler guys out of business, for sign painting. The main ones kept going, but yeah, it kind of crushed the industry for a long time. And then Instagram came around and like,
Well, everything comes in
it was-
cycles, and now it's like
Yeah.
vintage, right? Kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's just how everything works, and now it's kind of like we said, like a lost art, or it's cool. But, yeah, this was hand painted. That's
Yeah.
something people like to, especially I think millennial more than anything.
Yeah, and,
know?
and definitely like when you see a hand painted sign versus a vinyl sign, like people stop and look at it.
Like
you
your
know what I
van,
mean?
for
Like,
instance, you
Yeah.
know that's not a wrap.
Yeah, I mean it looks like it's alive. Like it just like the way
character.
the sun shines off it, like you can tell it's painted. So like I get people all the time stopping me, and mostly old people like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I used to have stuff like that back in the day.
I remember.
You got a
now.
card?" Sure do, bud.
Sure do, man.
Thanks for asking. Here you go.
That's have you ever unrelated? I want to go back to Instagram, so remind me, because that's kind of your platform. But have you seen those people who take like the white vans, like the cargo vans, and they do like the Sharpie and they project
Yeah.
onto? Have you? Because one of our friends wanted to do that to our van. We never got around to it. But like you'd have like a certain Sharpie, and then you put like a coating over. Have you seen that? Is
I
that
have,
Is
yeah.
that like legit, or is that an awful idea?
Ooh. I don't know how like the Sharpie would react to like a clear coat,
Right.
because you would definitely want to clear it afterwards.
Yeah.
I personally don't know how the marker would react to the solvents and the
Yeah.
clear. So
Because I've seen some pretty sweet. Because it's all like the black and the white, just kind of
Yeah.
like trippy and.
I mean, honestly, not to sell myself, but if you use this paint, like it would last a lot longer.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's what the expert. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Taylor,
Fuck
giving
those
us-
Sharpie guys.
Yeah, that's right. So we were talking about Instagram. Now that's like your platform. That's how you do business. And I think that this is something we need to touch on because aspiring artists are always looking, you know, him and I talk a lot about how, you know, if this was 50 years ago, you would have needed a brick and mortar. And then we always say, well, now you can just have a website for next to nothing. You took it a step further and you don't even need a website to like you're selling and moving product off Instagram. And there's a lot of controversy right now. People like or hate how Instagram's algorithms are and the platform as a whole. But you want to talk a little bit about how you use that to sell your product and advice you have for people who, you know, maybe are doing similar avenues that are looking for that.
I personally think that I have maybe a little more of an advantage than most other people because not a lot of people do this. So, you know, it's like
Niche.
Yeah, there's certain people who do like the tattoo art and stuff, and that's kind of what I, you know, try to go off of carnival tattoo stuff because I grew up around it and, you know, I tattooed for a while, so I just want to keep that style going. Yeah, I just throw it up like I'll, you know, think of something like what would hang in a tattoo shop, you know, and I'll think of the colors and all that stuff. Like, to me, all that stuff matters, you know, and throw it up on there, and usually there's a bite. I mean, sometimes it takes a little while to go, but yeah.
That's very cool.
What majority of your stuff is like you said, oh, what would hang in the tattoo shop? So like you make something you think people would like and you put it up versus custom orders. What do you do more of? Like if people
Like
say,
you just
oh,
make something or
right,
takes
yeah,
jobs?
exactly, yeah.
I've been just like making stuff that I want to, but off that, like I'll get a lot of orders, you
Okay.
know, like I just did this girl right here, just for fun, and she like blew up. Like it's the most likes I've gotten, probably because that booty.
Where's the bottle for
like,
that?
25-cent booty.
25-cent booty. Yeah, so you know, I don't know, it just some stuff like I'll be like, oh, this is gonna do really well,
Right.
and it doesn't, you know. And
That's
then
so- yeah.
sometimes like I'm not really into this, and then I'll put it up, and people will be like, oh, dude, that's so cool, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
did you see the last
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I know, yeah.
But no, like buy this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes like simple goes way, you know, way better than
Yeah.
than if you put a lot of time into it. So
That's very true.
yeah,
That's-
I
we
have been
found that.
trying to dumb down the style a little bit because I used to like, I don't know if you saw the Freddy Krueger one. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
caked up, you
Yeah.
know, and this stuff, you know, goes way quicker.
Really?
So
Well, not that it's like directly related, but I mean, we found that over the years, you know, we've been doing apparel for 4 years, and you know, we've kind of dabbled in graphics and more like intricate art, you know, artistic stuff. But like our simple branded stuff sells the best, and it's kind of, you know, not it's just stuff you learn over time. Sometimes
Yeah.
simplicity is the best way to go.
Well, even with our videos, like that coffee video,
Yeah.
I like came up with that morning. It's like, oh, we have to have a video today. Came up with it, went outside, shot it in one take, and
Yep.
then edited it in like in the matter of 30 minutes. And we've spent like 2 hours just editing a video before. And that one, like people thought was funny.
Yeah.
And the ones that we spend 2 hours on,
All this production,
not as many
value,
likes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nobody
yep.
watches it.
See, it's crazy what
It really is.
what
like,
takes off.
Yeah. You just gotta pay attention to what the people are responding to and try and.
so you
finding
worked at
that.
the tattoo shop for how long?
Like a year and a half, a little over.
And then you're just like,
I was like in that little box all day, every day, every single day, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't come here anymore. And I love being outside, you know, like I'll get up on a ladder and do dealerships or go to the fairs and
Right.
paint trailers and stuff. Like I just love having something different
Yeah.
every day, you know. Like I built a bunk in my van. It's like half bunk, half, and I went out to Colorado
oh, nice.
for a seminar. That's a crazy story, but yeah, I just want to get in the van and go. Like,
Let's hear that
that's-
Colorado story. You want to tell it? Is
yeah,
it on
I mean,
camera?
it's-
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So I just started like doing stuff, you know, that I wanted to do, and this guy hit me up, Mr. Oz. He pinstripes, and he's got a pretty big platform on Instagram. And he was like, hey, man, you ever think about traveling? And I was actually going to visit my buddy Nick in Colorado in August. And he was like, say, like September, you know, could you come out? And I was like, that's really crazy because I was already going to go out there.
Yeah.
Like, and I can wait a month, you know. And he was like, yeah, we really like your lettering style. We're putting on this thing called the Brushmasters Getaway. Would you be willing to come out? And I was just like,
Brushmasters Getaway.
oh, yeah, of course.
I'm sure.
I'll see if I can make it work.
Yeah. Went out there like so nervous. I, built the van up and like did a bunch of stuff to do for charity out there, and showed up, and everyone was super cool. The class almost sold out. There was like 2 tickets that didn't sell.
Wow.
Met like a pinstriping legend, Alan Johnson. He sent me his book. So I mean, everyone's just super, super nice out there. Really humble, and I learned a lot and met friends, and it's been really good for selling too, because they put me on the Brushmasters page, and like
Really?
Yeah, it's just I don't know how they found me. I really don't.
Serendipity.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So did you live in the van? Did you stay in the van while you're out there?
11 days I was gone. My girlfriend Haley and I, and I was like, I'm not paying for any rooms.
Dude, we love living out of the van.
Yeah.
That's a trip,
It's the best.
dude.
Yeah, I'll show you guys when we go down.
Check out
there.
your bunk.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
inside. We saw the outside. We have
It's
to see
thrashed
inside.
right now because, of course, winter, and I just throw a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
on it.
that's how ours is. It's all storage
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Dude, van life is the way to go.
It is.
It's a good time too. It's fun. It's simple.
The old Walmart
Yeah.
parking lot, we've done that a handful of times.
Yeah,
It works.
I mean, I'm used to it because I grew up, like the carnival thing,
Yeah.
and that's what we would do. We'd hop in the camper and go.
Always
Did
on
you
the
go
road.
all over the U.S.,
Just Michigan.
Michigan?
In the wintertime, we'd go down to Florida, Gibtown. It's like where all the carnies go.
Really?
Like fly down there.
That's so
Hang out
cool.
during the cold months.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my dad's actually, well, he's not there anymore, but yeah, he just went down this last month.
Really?
Yeah. There's like this room that has like all the freak show stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's like the history of the carnival. So you go in this room and it's just like literally a wall, like probably this size, no lie. And it's just picture after picture of black and white of like all the freak show people.
Really?
Yeah. And like they like all go there and stuff. I think like Crab Boy, I think he passed away, but he like lived down there.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
It's weird stuff.
Dude,
man.
that is like
You
the
can't make
museum
this
of
stuff up.
freaks.
Is it
show.
a campground or is it?
It's like a trade show. It's like a big, huge lot, and there's like a building, and like there's murals inside of like carousels, and
Really?
yeah,
That's awesome.
That
yeah,
is-
all the carnies.
It'd be
go
really
down there
funny
and-
if all the carnies went to like Cedar Point and like, no, you guys got to let us do all the rides and stuff like that. You get to paint me, you know what I mean? We should make a series out of that. Like carnies hit Cedar Point. Guess my weight. Go ahead. I know how this game works. Put a couple dumbbells in your pocket. Yeah. Wear lead shoes. Yeah.
Oh, I love going there. It's like, man, it's like the carnival on crack there.
Really?
Oh man, it's great.
What do you play any games at Cedar Point?
I play 0 games because I know all the bullshit. That goes.
It's all rigged.
I've literally never played games. Like,
Just ride the rides.
yeah, my dad was always like, "You ain't playing that shit." They
It's
just
rigged.
It is rigged.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them. I mean, the rumors are true, people.
What's
they're
the trick
out
to
like.
the ball, the slanted board?
What?
And you throw the little softball at it. You
Oh
have to
yeah,
get it in
and
the
you
bucket.
gotta get it in the bucket.
Yeah, it's like super hard to do.
yeah.
It doesn't look hard, but the board's like at an angle that's like near impossible to
You know
jump
who
the
I'd
ball.
love to meet is the people like 100 years ago who were like, we're gonna make these games that are gonna last 2 centuries, and they're never gonna get more complicated, but no one's gonna be able to figure out how to beat them. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? These things are simple, right?
But if you think about it, like what they do is they just put that board on an angle to where if you just rolled it down, it would just miss the bucket.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is like hit it, but you have to hit it really lightly so it just bounces off
Backspin,
and
yeah.
then falls straight down.
I'm gonna go spend all my money then trying to win it.
60 seconds to Skroove.
$600
Carnival
later.
hacks, yeah.
And the basketball hoops
Yeah.
are like just the size of a regular basketball, and then if you look at them sideways, they're like bowed in a little bit.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll watch like people come up with like Jordans and all decked
Oh, yeah.
out and,
Oh, yeah.
and stuff and like shoot, and they're like, "Oh, this is bullshit."
Ruin their ego.
Like I know, and they got like their girlfriend with them, and they get all pissed. Like people get pretty upset about that stuff. And it's like, dude, why are you spending your money on this anyways?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
go buy an elephant ear from us.
Yeah, that's right. The elephant ear.
At least you get something out of that.
Hey, you want to go restart the cameras real
Yeah.
quick so they don't? We don't have a crew with us, so that's why we have to restart the cameras and the mics. Every like 29 minutes, it like stops recording, so we have to.
Really?
Yeah. It's because in England, if a video camera records longer, or Europe, longer than 30 minutes, they have to tax a lot heavier. So these go to like $29.59.
Really?
Yeah.
It's considered like a cinema camera at that point, like a legit movie camera, so they tax them harder, I guess. That's what we were told. I'm convinced
It's all about money, isn't it?
they're trying to slow us creators down, but you ain't gonna do it.
So you just stopped working at the tattoo shop. You're like, I'm going to pursue painting full time.
Yeah. Finally, I told him, I gave him like 2 months notice, and I was like, I got to get out of here. I got to go paint. Like, I just knew, I felt it, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to do. I don't know if it's going to work out. I'm scared shitless, but I'm just going to do it. And I moved in here April 4th. Did my first sign like that night, had it done the next day. I just had like a little bench and just like my paints, you know, this spot right here. And it just started picking up after that. Like, I don't know how things work out, but they just do, you know.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because
It's kind of a reoccurring theme.
it's
too.
a reoccurring so everybody, we're only on episode 15, but it is a very reoccurring theme. Like we talked to, Tim's Fine Cigars in Bay City. Tim was our last guest we had. And he how old was he? 41, 41, 43. He was like, you know what? I'm going to start a cigar shop. Like, that's super uncommon at that, at that age. And he goes, yeah, it just felt right. And that's been kind of our life, like we both have double majors in marketing and business management from SVSU, but there was never a thought of, we'll start off. We're like, no, this just feels right. We're going to keep pushing on our dream and our passion, and somehow everything does work out. And how did you manage those emotions, maybe of like, those early stresses and things that maybe you did to help push through? Because I think a lot of people are really afraid to take that leap. What's some advice you'd give to people who are like, I have this great job that I don't really love, but it's paying me, but I'm on the edge of this. I don't want, can I take that leap? Yeah. What advice would you give to those people who are debating doing something they love?
Honestly, just fuck it. Just go for it, because that's the only way you're going to do it. You can't like sit around and plan for stuff like that to happen. I mean, the way I look at it is if you believe in yourself and you have the passion and you put in the effort, then it's going to work out. You know what I mean? And honestly, I was nervous at first, but after that, I was just like, I got this. Let's go. And I'm not going to lie, there's times where I've had like, $20 in my pocket, but that's how it goes. Would you rather have $200 in your pocket and be doing some shit you don't want to do, or $20 and like super happy?
Dude, we've been there 100%.
I love coming here every day. I mean, make bagels, paint stuff, listen to Jerry Reed.
And that's the journey too, the highs and the lows, having $20 in your pocket. That's just part of the journey, you know?
Like we talk about that a lot. Yeah, like everybody is so obsessed with the end goal. And when I was younger, especially, it was like, you want that instant gratification, that short-term success. And like, that's what we've learned. Like, this is the ride, man. Like, this is part of it. This is a lot of fun. Like, some of the struggle is what makes it what it is. Like,
Definitely.
We bought the van because we couldn't afford to do a hotel every time we wanted to travel. So it forced us to buy the van, and that was such a cool experience, Now we have this kick-ass converted van. So, yeah, the process is part of it, I think, and people just enjoy that.
Yep.
And just having this faith that you just think everything's going to work out, It's just like making the best of every situation and just relying on your gut and be like, this is what I think I need to do.
Being open to opportunities, things like that, for sure.
That's so cool just to hear like you say that and have that same belief and like, yeah, I just went for it.
Especially in something like this line of work, like you said, it's
kind of like a dying art.
It's such a dying art at pun, but seriously, like how cool is it that, some people want to take and be a photographer, which is still a very relevant, trade or profession. But, this is like a whole nother dynamic of risk taking, which, I really appreciate because, you just bit the bullet and went for it, which is really cool.
I honestly have to give it all to the carnival. Like, I don't know where I would be without that. I really don't.
Really?
Yeah, just like out there meeting people and talking to, thousands of strangers. And it's just, and seeing stuff like this growing up,
So, like, what do you mean you have to give it to the carnival? What did it give you? Like, confidence, or you just saw the world in a different light, or what?
Yeah, I mean, when you're a kid, like, when I was a kid, I thought that the world was a carnival, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but, like, when you're a kid, you don't really see anything else but what's around you. And then I got older and I was like, wait, there's people that have like regular jobs and stuff, you know, which blew my mind. But yeah, just being around like self-employment and like just
People
hustle.
people
They're-
enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, carnies are toothless, crazy people, but they honestly, it's like a family out there. Like they love doing their thing. They love waking up, drinking Mountain Dew, smoking cigarettes, and cheating people on games.
Swindlers.
Keeping all those stuffed teddy bears for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll sleep in the back, like on all the teddy bears and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually have some pictures I'll show you guys.
All right, cool. I
Dude, yeah, we'll get that in the 60
Yeah.
seconds. That'd be
I love
sweet.
to
Yeah.
see 'em. So
But,
what is some of your wait, were you gonna say something? Do you have
No.
something? What are like some of your inspirations for your artwork then? Because like you do have a very specific, unique style.
Is it all carnival inspired or what?
Carnival and tattoo, pretty
Okay.
much.
Yep.
You know, I like the carnival letters. Like nothing gets better than that.
Is that what
It's
this
the fun.
style's actually called? Or is that what you
I
just
mean,
call it?
yeah, that's what I call it because that's what I know it as. You know, but yeah, it's super fun to just like everyone knows what letters are supposed to look like, but you can create different shapes and you know just stuff that's not out there because there's a lot of stuff on the internet that people go off of, and I have used some of that stuff before. I'm not gonna lie, but it is really fun to just create your own stuff. You know.
So how do you fix a mistake when you're painting? Do you just paint over top of it? Or is it
Yeah,
a
you have to wait for it to dry.
Yeah.
But honestly, when I make a mistake, I try to like
Incorporate
make it work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I mess up, I'll just like kind of make it a little thicker, and then I'll make all of them a little thicker, or you know stuff like that. When I first started out, though, this was hell. Like,
Was it?
yeah, it's like drunk ice skating on one foot. Like, it's so slippery. Like, yeah, it took me about 4 years to get even comfortable with like, you know, where I wanted to be.
So what is the process? Take a piece of plywood?
Yep.
Cut it down?
You will get your design, draw it out, or someone will like give you, you know, a logo, and I print it out, and then I'll project it, depending on how big it needs to be, and then I cut that out, and then I put that shape on plywood, and I'll trace around that, and then jigsaw it out, sand that all down, prime it, and then you're ready to paint.
Really?
Yeah, and there's steps in between and stuff, but you know.
Basic. That's 101. Simple version.
Yeah, that's stuff you just got to learn by yourself. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
do
it.
it all out.
Come sign up for. What'd you pay that one guy? $150 for 8-hour class.
Yeah, that was way back.
So we'll,
in,
inflation. We'll
2014,
call it $500
though.
for 10 hours.
So do you do seminars? You said the workspace here is very cool. It's a giant studio, and
it's
you have a
beautiful.
couple other artists
Yeah.
that you share this with. It's sweet. You guys have shows up here?
Yeah, we've had a couple shows. We're doing more. I don't know the exact dates, but Garrett does. One of those dates. People could come on by and check stuff
give the
out.
plug.
Give it plug, man.
April 7th and April 20th.
And-
Yeah, we're doing a SVSU show and a Delta show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what is the address, or is there a name for this building that people can...
This is the Saginaw Warehouse, and in the back corner, there's a door that says swag.
Can't miss it, guys.
Knock 3 times. Guy will come down. It's 1840 North Michigan Avenue, Saginaw, Michigan.
Yeah, this studio is. I did not expect this. Like when we came up here, it is such a cool.
Yeah.
It's something we've always wanted. Like for a work. Like it's such a creative like workspace. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's good vibes up here. I mean, you know,
It
everyone's
is.
just doing their own thing, and we're usually like quiet and
Yeah.
you know,
in your own little world.
yeah. I mean, we can all just do our thing near each other, and it's cool.
So the Saginaw students come up here? Like you have artists showing their work, or are you guys showing your work?
They are showing their work, but we will put our work in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna build a couple walls right in the middle, down the center, and then you can rent out these spaces. So each bay,
Gotcha.
you know, after that will be rented out.
And everybody's selling their artwork there?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
That is cool.
And the public can obviously come to
Yeah.
it.
Anybody can come to it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So is there a if you could work with one artist and do like a job, dead or
collab?
alive, a collab, is there anybody specific that you'd be like, dude, that'd be so cool to work together?
Ooh.
Or one of them. Doesn't have to be the ultimate.
You know what it is, and this is actually where I used to get a lot of inspiration just by this one image, the Gravedigger monster truck. That art is like probably my favorite color scheme.
Really?
It's like purple and green.
Purple and green. Like,
Just speaks to you.
oh, like growing up, we would see monster trucks like every Friday or Saturday. So we get to go down there, and that was always really cool for me.
That is
was
cool.
like my thing, dude. Monster trucks are cool.
What would be
Fuck the Gravitron.
Yeah.
What would be the coolest
The
thing for you
Gravitron.
to paint? Would it be like a truck? What would be a built like the side of a building?
I would really like to do like the side of a building. Like, there's this company called Colossal Media out of Brooklyn, and I think they have one out of LA as well. What is it? Sky High Murals.
Okay.
And they do like super realism on the sides of huge buildings. I mean, it's like stories, stories and
Really?
stories. Yeah, their stuff is really crazy.
Is there like a team that does it then?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Could you imagine? The heights are heights an issue with you or no?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I rode the zipper enough.
That's right. The zipper. Oh
Everything's
my
a
God.
carnival, right?
Yeah, everything's a reference. Yeah,
I love that.
That building's about 12 zippers high. I can do that. Yeah. Holy shit.
How fast were we going? I don't know, about a 10 on the spinning
You
teacup.
got the Gravitron.
I really do reference the carnival a lot. Like that's, like I said, that's
You gotta embrace that.
That's
That's
what
your life.
that's what I know. So
That's cool. You know what would be really cool? So one day we aspire to have our own jet. We'll get a white one so you can paint that for
Oh my
us.
gosh.
So we're really big
Skroove
into like
jet.
I want like an Austin Powers themed like swinging
Oh, yeah.
60s like purple and yellow and pink. Like I want like an Austin
Yeah.
Powers jet. So
dude,
start.
I give you a card. Keep me in mind.
How many people can say they painted a jet?
That'd be dope.
That would be super awesome.
Just see it flying through the sky at an airport.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that would be awesome.
There's
You said you listened to Jerry Reed. What about having? Is he still alive? Having Jerry Reed sit here and perform while you do a sign. That's what we need to. We need to get
would
that
be
together.
awesome.
He's the guy that did the. He was in Smokey and the Bandit, right? He did Eastbound and Down. Is that Jerry Reed? Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually on Waterboy. He was
Really?
the coach. Yeah, he was like the dick coach.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I didn't know that was him.
He was the one that was like, "Now don't be messing with the champ."
That's good. That's a pretty good impression, actually.
Oh, I love that guy. I don't know, just his music it's so like in the bayou and down home country stuff. Like
yeah.
it's hilarious.
It is cool.
There's one called Amos Moses. It's about this guy who lives in the swamp and catches alligators. It's hilarious. Like I don't know. He's like a comedian in his songs.
Yeah.
You know.
Are all his songs like that? They tell little stories.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he kind of like talks throughout them. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
super. And he was an awesome guitarist. That dude could shred.
Really.
Yeah, and like, I went out to LA to visit my buddy, and he played that song, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like addicted right off the bat. And then I looked up who Jerry Reed was, and I saw it was the guy in Waterboy,
Really?
and I was like, oh my gosh,
Didn't
he
know
was like one of my favorite people on Waterboy
That's
too. 'Cause he was just
and
so
then you love his
funny.
music, like his whole energy.
Yeah.
didn't know this guy could shred.
What do you go to? Are you a big? You go to a lot of live shows?
Not really.
No?
Not as many as I'd like to. I've been to a couple Hollow Wickeds, which that's
What is that?
you know Hollow
Is
Wicked
that
is.
Cedar Point?
No.
No,
Cedar-
That's how
You're still on the. You're still trying to get the Carney stuff together. Man. You're stuck on the ride references. You gotta
it's
get
kind
off
of a Carney
that.
thing. It's ICP's Halloween show.
Oh, is it?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The Hatchet Man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't listen to a huge amount of them like I used to back in the day, but
You should've made that
I
your
listen to all
logo.
types of music, man. I throw on different stuff all the time.
You should have made that your logo. The Hatchet Man with a paintbrush.
See, oh man,
That would've
I
been
don't
cool.
I don't promote it that much, so I probably shouldn't have talked about it so much
No,
on
this
here.
is just
but
on our podcast,
Yeah.
ingrained in
Yeah.
in the history of
just
Skroove
bleep that out
forever.
whenever I say ICP. Just bleep it.
We'll have a big a blurry spot over your leg too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we'll have
yeah.
no idea what your
No.
tattoo is.
It's like Kill Bill. Have you seen Kill Bill? Whenever they say Beatrix Kiddo, hey, beep, asked you a question. No, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Exactly. I was gonna be like, what are they talking about?
But will we put subtitles so people on the video know what he's saying?
Yeah, like, totally defeats the purpose.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I love live music though.
Yeah, we're hoping to catch a lot of shows down in DT. You know, we're in that area. So, yeah. We wish we would have hit Red Rock when we were out in Colorado, but we didn't.
Oh yeah. I've heard that's an awesome,
Oh yeah,
awesome
that's
venue.
a gorgeous venue for sure.
Someone told me to go. It was actually Nick Seuss's sister.
Oh, really?
When I was out there, yeah, she was going out there to see Incubus.
Oh, really?
And she was like, "You can be around." I was like, "No, we're leaving today."
Mm-hmm.
Nick Seuss, what a guy! I wish we had him here on the show.
He's
With
just
us.
We might
a
have to do
damn stinker, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he is. He's a good boy.
We should, you know what we might have to do is do a podcast in the barn or maybe at our new house. Have you guys down, have some beers, and we'll just bullshit.
Well,
That's
we have
so much fun.
We'll school him in darts too. I saw you got a dartboard, and then Nick's
I got a dartboard just because of that guy.
Yeah,
Like, I got
get some cricket
last
in.
week,
Yep.
and I've been just like throwing darts.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna set it up so we could play a
Did
game, but
you paint your own dart scoreboard right here?
I didn't.
Oh no, that's just you bought that from the
Fail.
store.
Yeah.
That's a vinyl.
We'll
sign
redact
right
that.
there.
Oh my gosh, vinyl sign.
Let's go burn that thing in the parking lot.
What we need to do is like it'd be a super cool video. Is we'll put you under pressure and like you get like 5 minutes to put like something together, and the whole time Nick's like going ham on the drums, and it's like a like like a
That'd be a
wipeout.
shit show.
Yeah, just paint everywhere. Like, turn it into a Blue Man Group. We'll put you guys together. Nick's drums with your paint, Blue Man Group.
Splash it all over.
Yeah.
So do you have to do like background colors and let that dry, and then you do? Is it
Yep.
like a 2-step process for painting, or how many?
3-step,
Oh, then you have to put a clear coat over top of it.
4-step. You would like coat it all with the peach and the purple, and then you go in and do the lettering, and then like all the black on her, and then you go in and do outlining and then highlights and lowlights and stuff like that.
Really?
So it's pretty much 4-step. Like I would say I have like roughly 8 hours into that sign, but
Okay.
you know it's over the course of like 2-3 days.
Now, is that one for sale, or did somebody order that one?
That's going down to Florida.
Yeah. So if people watching this are interested
Yes.
in buying something,
Yeah.
we'll hold you on Instagram.
What, just DM
Yeah,
you?
at Top Shelf Signs.
Okay.
DM me. You know, I can do a bunch of custom stuff, whatever you want. There's stuff for sale on there.
And you do stuff for businesses too, right?
Yeah,
A lot of BBs.
anybody.
Cool.
I do stuff for like Christmas gifts and
Oh, that's cool.
businesses and
Now, somebody that has like an idea and they say, "Hey, this is kind of what I'm thinking," you can bring it to life for them, or if they have kind of pre-artwork, they'll send it to you, right?
Yeah.
Can you can work with anything?
I've done all
This is the
sorts
man.
of stuff.
This is the man.
My slogan is anything on everything.
Oh, I like
wow.
that.
This guy gets it
Like
done.
that, the man.
Yeah.
Do you hand draw it? Like, how do you first come up with this concept? Is it on the computer?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll think of something and I'll take stuff off the computer, you know, or look at stuff on Google, or pretty much like it's pretty much how I did tattooing. Like you look at stuff, you know.
But you don't draw
up.
it first. Like the first time you actually make it is just on. You just paint it, or what?
No, yeah, you definitely draw it out
Oh, do you?
and then project that.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, you're saying you project it.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suck at drawing.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Stick figures,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I don't know if I could do the steady hand thing. That's
You gotta have a lot of
crazy.
patience, man. It's a patience game.
Yeah.
Like yeah. That
Just throwing
stuff will
some
drive you
headphones.
nuts if
Some Jerry
throw
Reed.
on some music. Maybe just a little
whatever gets you
A little creativity.
little creativity.
Go
And,
to town.
yeah,
You
go to
make one of
town.
those.
Sometimes it's super stressful. Sometimes it's really relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had
That's
jobs
life.
where I just wanted to throw the brush, and there's other times where it's real fun.
That's cool. I mean, do you have that? Is there anything else that this is your platform, man? This platform for you. Anything else you'd like to talk about? Convey any messages?
Pretty much just support your local sign painter, man. If you're
Mm.
gonna get a sign, do it by hand.
That's right.
Find someone who will do it by hand. You don't have to come to me. That would be nice.
But he's a great choice.
But yeah, don't support those vinyl guys because they don't really give a shit.
See?
They're just
There you
out for money.
You heard it here first.
There's no
There's no heart
no
in a
yeah,
vinyl
exactly.
sign.
There's no real
Yeah.
artwork that goes
You
in.
can save the dying art. You save a life. Save the dying art. Get a hand painted
And no
sign.
matter if I did this sign 500 times, it would never be the same.
Every piece is one of one.
Every piece is one of a kind.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you date
So-
them on the back? Do you do
I
anything
don't.
like that?
Somebody
I'm,
order like
I'm
custom.
terrible at it. I don't even sign them.
You don't?
All the other sign painters do, and I get too lazy at the end. Like
yeah.
I already know it's mine, so
Could
Yeah.
somebody order like custom measurements if they wanted that sign a certain way? Yeah, we need some adjustments.
we need that booty a little fatter.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
All right, well, so follow Top Shelf Designs on Instagram.
signs.
I keep saying designs because I
Idiot.
I know.
Yeah. Freaking idiot.
Yeah, we'll redact that too. We're gonna go through and fix all this.
we have to blur out and bleep out some stuff.
Yeah. Top Shelf Signs. And then if anybody has questions or wants to reach out to you or needs advice on getting into this trade or anything,
Yeah.
they should DM you. That's cool.
For sure.
Okay.
DM me or email me. Topshelfsigns@gmail.com.
Not designs.
Top Shelf Signs.
You better go get top shelf design Instagram too, just in case you get a bunch of
Tyler tries a bunch
Ooh, hold on.
of traffic
Yeah.
towards top shelf.
I did a little Skroove sign.
Oh my
dude.
god!
Hell
that's
yeah.
perfect.
That is
Damn.
dope.
Wow!
I don't
Look
know
at that.
I don't know if you know this or not, but we're from Clio, and that's our school color.
That is
Really?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude,
I did
it's
not know
crazy.
that.
That's like
Yeah.
That's a,
Dude.
You guys throw it
Hell
up.
yeah,
throw
man.
it up in
rock.
a new
Look
place.
At this.
I appreciate
He set the
that.
bar high for our next guest. So
Yeah.
dude,
That
Taylor.
is sick.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming. This is fun.
Guys,
for
follow him. Check his stuff out. Hit him up if you have any questions. Order a sign from him. Support the local artwork. And check out those shows, the 17th and the 20th, I believe we said. So
7th and 20th?
7th and 20th?
7th and 20th.
I'm all over
Yeah.
the place today. But yeah, you can come here the 17th. I don't know. Taylor just
Hey,
might be in the corner.
I'll be
painting.
here, so
Come
come
hang out.
17th. I'll show you some stuff.
He'll give you a ride in his van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some Werthers over there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I think what would be in store is a podcast with us and Nick Seuss.
That
Yeah.
would be fire, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Seriously.
let's make it happen.
That would be awesome.
Whether do it at the barn or our new place, and we'll get something. On
Yeah,
the
we'll have
books.
to have you guys down to our place is what we'll do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that way we go
Yeah.
paint the town.
You guys have a dartboard?
No, we need a dart.
Well,
That's a good idea.
we'll bring one.
Yeah,
you
bring
guys
your own
bring the
dartboard.
dartboard.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That'll be fun, dude. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that podcast. I feel like there'll be a lot of laughs in there.
Yeah.
Maybe some redacted stories.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Bunch of bleep outs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, this is sweet. Thank you, Taylor.
Well, thanks a
Yeah.
lot, Taylor. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All episodes of What's Your Skroove are available on iTunes. And if you like the show, be sure to rate, subscribe, and leave a comment. As always, there are free stickers on our website, www.skroovco.com. We'll see you guys next time.